So again, going back, any questions? Okay. So these are all different SAS applications. What is exactly SAS? Before attending this class, oh, SAS is a statistical analysis. Now people are asking some interest, hey, can you please tell me what is exactly SAS? SAS is an integrated system of software solutions that enable you to perform what? We can enter the data, we can retrieve the data, we can manage the data. So we can enter the data, we can retrieve the data, we can manage the data. So that means, suppose if you see about Oracle software also, in Oracle also we can enter the data, we can retrieve and we can manage. Here, report writing and graphics design, we can create a very powerful reports, graphics, graphs using with SAS software. Now, next one is statistical and mathematical analysis. Oracle doesn't do any statistical analysis. Statistical and mathematical analysis. Business forecasting and decision support. Business forecasting and decision support. The next one is operations research and project management. The most important is application management. Using with SAS, we can do all these things. So using with SAS, we can do all these things. One is data entry, retrieval and management, report writing and graphics design, statistical and mathematical analysis, business forecasting and decision support, operations research and project management, application management or development. See, so now you have a clear picture. Hey, what is exactly SAS? Don't say SAS means statistical analysis system. You need to tell them you know more. That means, yeah, well, you are asking about SAS means, SAS is an integrated system of software solutions. We can do a lot of things with SAS. We can enter the data, we can retrieve the data, we can manage the data, massive amount of data we can manage it using with SAS. SAS is an analysis software. We can create very powerful reports using with SAS. Something you need to prepare by your own. Something you need to prepare by your own, and you need to practice. You need to practice those type of things. Now, going back here itself, what are these components? Components of basis. Data management facility. Data management facility. We can manage the data. How we want to manage? We will discuss those things. Programming language. Always remember this. Programming language. What is meant by program? What is meant by program? Olden days, 10-15 years back, a set of instructions is a program. The definition, a set of instructions is a program. I'm talking about 94, 95, that time. Then people changed it. Nowadays, program means a set of systematic instructions is a program. A set of systematic instructions. What is meant by language? Suppose, for example, if you want to communicate with your computer, you must know computer language. If you want to communicate with your SAS, you should know SAS language. That is nothing but SAS programming language. It is not like C or C++, Java, not that much hard. It's very easy software, very easy. That after that, this presentation, I'm going to write a program also in this class. So please understand that program. So don't worry about, language means a lot of things is required, not necessary. It's the most easy, user-friendly language. So programming language, data management facility, programming language, and data analysis and reporting utilities. We want to analyze the data, and after that, we want to report it. Just a simply analysis doesn't help anything. Just we want to report it, and people wants to take a decision. For example, participation, never giving any medals, winning the race, only giving the medals. So analyzing, and you need to report it. Then people are going to take a decision. So that means all these are all the main base components in SAS. Okay, now data management facility. What is data management? Data management means SAS organizes data in a rectangular form. It's called as a table. In Oracle, we can call it as a table. In SAS, we can call it as SAS data set. We can call it as a data set. Same thing. In Oracle, we can call it as a table. In SAS, we can call it as a data set. Data set. So terminology is very, very important. Next, in a SAS data set, each row represents information about individual entity and is called an observation. So what is meant by observation? What is meant by row? Literally both are same. Literally both are same. Row and observation is same. And similarly, column, and that is variable. Literally both are same. When I'm giving a small example here, when you see this one, this is the table. This table contains how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. That is nothing but observations, 5 observations. How many columns are there? First column, second and third, fourth, fifth column. Column and contains columns. This is ID number. This is name, team, start weight, end weight. End weight. This is simple table. This table contains 5 rows and 5 columns. 5 observations and 5 variables. Variable means it varies. ID number is a variable. It is 1023 or 1049, 1219, etc. Name is a variable. Variable means varies. Name is, it may be Venkat, it may be Saiteja, it may be Stravani, some X. So like this. So this is the way it is going to organize. It is going to organize. So these are all the variables. This is data value. This is observation. Everything here itself. Now we are going back here to build a SAS data set. If you want to write a program to build a SAS data set with the base SAS software, you must write a program. You must write a program that uses statements in the SAS programming language. SAS programming language. A SAS program that begins with a data statement and typically creates a SAS data set. It is going to create a SAS data set, or a report is called a data step. People are asking, hey, what is data step? Data step is always helps you to create a data set. What is exactly SAS? What is exactly SAS? SAS is an integrated system of software solutions. We can do a lot of things with. And what is base SAS contains? Base SAS contains the formats, informats, functions, call routines. It contains some procedures also. See, we have that material. I don't know, so a lot of people have this copy of material. We are going to send it. So whatever I explained in this presentation, that is there in this book. Introduction to SAS Programming book contains there. This is the book. You can highlight it. Whatever I'm going to explain, you can highlight those things. This is very first class. Some people, they don't have software. They don't have the material, everything. And then if you decided to continue, we want to send all these things by this week. By this week and next week, we will be more productive. Okay, so now what is exactly data step means? Now, the following SAS program creates a SAS data set named A from the health club data. So what does it mean here? Now we can see here. I have a small example here. Data Venkat.A, ID, input ID number, 1 to 4 position. The next one is name. It contains a dollar symbol. See, dollar symbol. ID doesn't have dollar symbol. That means if you don't, data here is 2 types. One is a character and other one is numeric. Numeric. How SAS is going to recognize is a character or numeric? Suppose if it is a character, you need to specify dollar symbol. If it is numeric, not necessary. So if you are not specifying the dollar symbol, that means SAS is going to recognize that is a numeric. That is a numeric. Suppose if you specify dollar symbol, that means it is going to consider that is a character. So here you have a dollar symbol, name, dollar symbol. That means that is a character. That is a character. ID number doesn't have any dollar symbol. That means that is a numeric. That is a numeric. So data Venkat.A, input ID number 1 to 4 position, and name is dollar symbol, and this much. The next one is team. Team is also red team or yellow team, something, the dollar symbol. The next one is start weight. Why people wants to go to weight club? They want to reduce the weight. So they want to collect the start weight. When you are going with the weight club or fitness center, they are taking your weight. Then after 1 month, they are going to take with end weight also. 1 month end weight. Then I want to calculate, hey, this fitness is useful or not. For that case, I want to calculate loss, start weight minus end weight. So this is my data lines. This is my data. This is these are all the information. This is the data. How I want to do this. So this is the starting weight. This is the ending weight, starting weight, ending weight, starting weight, ending weight. How, see, I want to calculate certain things. So run. This is a simple program. Simple program. I want to calculate it. Okay. So data, DATA data is a keyword. Data Venkat.a. Venkat is my library name. I want all of you to create your libraries. I want all of you to create your libraries. Library name should be less than or equal to 8 characters. Library name less than or equal to 8 characters. So if you have 8 characters, you can minimize it. That's enough. And name is equal to A. And you need to create a data set, input. My data, suppose you are working with the patient information. You are talking about input, patient ID, unique subject ID, USUBJ ID, CDISC standards, unique subject ID. Then after that, site, after that, some information, all these things. Then after that, these are all the different variables. Then this is the data. In training purposes, yes, we are going to use data like this. But in practically, no, we are not going to use data like this. All the data stored in a database. All the data stored in a database. Simply you are connecting the database. Simply you are connecting the database and grab the information. Don't worry about it. For training purposes only, I am going to write a program. I'm going to use the data like this. But in real situation, you never use data lines. Real situations. For training purposes, that is required, because when you see the right program, loss is equal to start weight minus end weight. Then I am going to write my program with a run statement. It's a very simple SAS program. A very simple SAS program. It is going to create a data set. It is going to create a data set. The next one is data statement. Building a SAS data set. It is initiating building a SAS data set. Okay, the next one is input statement. You need to specify what are the variables in my data set. If you are working with a college, what are your input? College contains student information, student roll number, ID. Then after that, student name, student sex, male or female, and age. Then after that, marks, first semester marks, second semester, third, all these things, this is information. So depending upon that, you need to clarify the student belongs to distinction or first class or something like that. So you need to, because you are providing all the information, then you are writing a program. Depending upon that, you need to decide this person is a first class or distinction, etc., everything. That's what all the results are comes up. So you need to write a programs like this. For that case, you need to understand the logic here. So simple English, data set name like this. Input, these are all my variables are here. Here, data lines, this is my data, and run statement. After that, run statement. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. Remember this one, certain rules. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. You can write your SAS programs in either uppercase or lowercase or mixture of two. Certain programming languages, they have strict rules. Hey, you need to write everything in capital letters. For example, if you see like COBOL, I think you never see this COBOL. COBOL means common business oriented language. COBOL means that only capital letters. If you see Fortran means formula translation. They want only small letters. Suppose BASIC, basic programming language. You can write anything. Basic means beginners, all-purpose, symbolic instruction code. Basic full form is basic, beginners, all-purpose, symbolic instruction code. Fortran means formula translation. COBOL means common business oriented language. These are all languages long time back. They have a lot of syntax, lot of syntax. Now you can write whatever, just a simple English is enough. You can do a lot of things. So don't worry about that part. Writing the program. Of course, initially it's a little bit tough, but when you are practicing, will be more comfortable. Okay, this is the data. Rules for SAS statements. Rule is rule. That's why I'm telling you, rule is rule. You need to follow the rules. Your SAS statements ends with a semicolon. SAS statements ends with a semicolon. Every SAS statements ends with a semicolon. It's not only in this rule. If you go to SQL or if you go to any other programming language, that's pretty much is common. You can enter SAS statements in either lowercase or uppercase or mixture of two. Whatever way you want, you can do this. My preference is I want to write my programs in lowercase. Somebody's preference is it may be uppercase. That left to your choice. That left to your choice. Suppose your boss, he prefer to write all the programs in lower cases, better to follow. Because you need to survive in your job. That's very important. Okay, that's left to your choice. So you can enter your SAS statements in either lowercase or uppercase or mixture of two. You can do whatever you want. You can begin SAS statements in any column of a line and write several statements in the same line also. You can begin statement in one line, continue to another line, but you cannot split a word between two lines. You cannot split a word between two lines. You can put it like, suppose for example, Venkat and something Ikkurthy, two lines is fine. You cannot split this value. Suppose input in one line and something. Don't put IN and PUT next line. Don't split a word between two lines. Don't split a word between two lines. Words in SAS statements are represented by blanks or by special characters. Words in SAS statements are represented by blank. Suppose blank is there, it is going to consider is reverse. So that's the reason. Make sure that these are all the 5 rules you must follow. So SAS statements, I'm telling you, even myself also, I'm going to miss this semicolon at least 3 to 4 times a day. Bare minimum I'm talking about is a common mistake. Missing semicolon is a common mistake. But you need to familiar with every SAS statements ends with a semicolon. You can enter SAS statements in either lowercase or uppercase of mixture of two. And you can begin SAS statements in any column of a line. Write several statements in the same line. Something like these are all the rules. You need to follow the rules first of all. The next one is names. Name rules is rules for most SAS names, input, etc. Something like that. SAS names are used for SAS dataset names, variable names, and other items. Dataset name, previously I make it, A is my dataset name. Input name, ID number, team, etc., everything. So those variables, certain rules will apply. What are the rules? SAS names can contain 1 to 32 characters. SAS names can contain 1 to 32 characters. Here you need to write it down. Version 6, 1 to 8 characters. Version 8, 1 to 32 characters. Version 9, 1 to 256 characters. Now we are working with version 9. So you need to make sure that 1 to 256 characters. Why I did not change it? Oh, if I am going to change it, I can explain, oh, version 6, so this much, version 8, this much, version 9, this much. That is the reason. So sometimes tomorrow when you are going to the work, you have a lot of sample code is there. That is probably in version 8. You need to convert that into version 9. Now I think everybody is killed is version 6 for sure, but I don't know, some people have it. So that is the reason you should familiar with these things also. Version 8, version 6, and version 9. So SAS names contain 1 to 32 characters in version 8, 1 to 256 characters in version 9, 1 to 8 characters, long time, it's probably like 95, 96, 98, that time, it may be 1 to 8 characters. So SAS names can contain 1 to 32 characters. Next, first character must be a letter or an underscore. First character must be a letter or an underscore. Subsequent characters must be letters, numbers, or underscores. So you need to specify your first character must be letter. Suppose, for example, Venkat or underscore Venkat is okay, is fine. Underscore Venkat is fine. But never go with 1, 2, 3, something like this. The first character must be a letter or an underscore. Subsequent characters must be letters, numbers, or underscores. So this is the second rule. Third one is blanks cannot appear in SAS names. Blanks cannot appear in SAS names. So you never, suppose for example, ID number. Don't put ID one word and the space, the number. No, blanks cannot appear in SAS names. SAS names. So if you want to make it ID number is one word. So these are all the different rules for SAS names. So when you are creating a naming convention in a SAS, you must follow these rules. When you are writing a programs, yes, these are all the rules you need to write a program. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. You can write your SAS statements in either lowercase or mixture of uppercase or mixture of two. It doesn't matter. You can begin SAS statements in any column of a line and write several statements. You can begin statement in one line and continue to another line also. So these are all the rules you need to follow. You need to follow, particularly when you are writing your SAS programs. Any questions? No news is a good news. So agree. Okay. Special rules for SAS variable names. The variable names only. SAS remembers the combination of upper and lower cases. Letters that you use when you create a variable name. Internally, the case of letters doesn't matter. For example, Venkat, Venkat, or capital Venkat, or all small letters Venkat, or first two letters is small letters and only small. All are represent one variable. All are represent Venkat. But presentation purpose, SAS remembers initial case of each letter, used to represent a variable when you are printing it, but presentation purpose, initial case of each capital. So that means VENKAT, it is going to remember. So that means, see, capital CAT or small CAT, capital CAT, all represents the same variable. How it is going to print it? Capital C, small at. So capital Venkat or small Venkat or all these things is same, but presentation purpose, it is going to remember initial letter is capital. That is going to do. So remember this. When you are writing our programs, when you got a data set, initial letter is capital. Okay. Now, data analysis and reports. I told you, like, so analyzing the data, and finally you need to report it. Same thing. SAS programming language is both powerful and flexible. We can perform any number of analysis and reports with it. SAS can also simplify programming for you with its library of built-in programs known as SAS procedures. See, SAS can also simplify programming for you with its library of built-in programs known as SAS procedures. So they have lot of programs run by SAS. You don't need to worry about it. Simply, I'm telling you what is meant by procedure. For example, if I want to take a cup of coffee, what I need to do? In olden days, I need to start the stove. Lot of things is required. No, not necessary. Just simply, I'm taking this cup and I pour a milk here and put it in a microwave with 2 minutes. That's enough. SAS is like a microwave. If I want to make a cup of coffee, I want to put 2 minutes. If I want to make a popcorn, I want to put 5 minutes. If I want to do some just heat, 30 seconds is enough. So right item with the right time. That's the most important. If I make 5 minutes with this coffee, it may destroy. If it is make 2 minutes for popcorn packet, it won't come up. So that means you must use right data with right procedure. Right item with right time is required. Similarly, right data with right procedure is required. What is going to do inside is like a microwave. Simply you are pushing the data, you are pressing certain things, that is nothing but procedure, then finally we will get our output. Always think about it, just simply a microwave. SAS is just exactly like this. So SAS wrote all those things. You don't need to worry about it. You have a screen like on a popcorn, something like this. Simply, you can go simplify programming for you with its library of built-in programs known as SAS procedures. SAS procedures use data values from SAS data sets to produce Pre-programmed reports that requires minimal effort from you. That requires minimal effort from you. That's the reason I'm telling you. If the people are going to consider, oh, SAS is a programming language, very tough. That means, I'm telling you upfront, oh, better to think about other industry. SAS is the very easiest software. Very easiest software. Make sure that you need to go like this. Okay. So data analysis and reporting utilities. Then previously what I did is, it is like a data set. It is like a data set. Now it is options, line size, page number, and no date. These are all different options. Proc print data is equal to A. Title health club data. Title health club data. You need to specify the title also here, and run statement. So previously what I did is data step. Data Venkat.A. That is my data step. And with the semicolon, then input ID number doesn't have anything, just ID number because that's a numeric 1 to 4. Then after that input name is a dollar symbol, is a character, then 6 to 24. Then team is a red or yellow, that is a character, dollar symbol, start weight, end weight, semicolon. Then loss is equal to start weight minus end weight, semicolon. Then data lines, semicolon, and data and run. That is a data step. Now I wanted to process the data, proc procedure. So how I want to do this? Simply proc print data, title is equal to this much. This procedure is known as print procedure. This procedure is known as print procedure. It displays variables in a single organized form. It displays variables in a single organized form. The following output shows the results. Output shows the results. The next one is, when you see this one, I have another procedure. Suppose when you go back to here, very simple. Data Venkat.A, proc print data is equal to this much. Proc tabulate data is equal to this much. Proc report data is equal to proc SQL data, something like this. You see, pretty much is very simple. Proc tabulate data is equal to this. Class team. I want to make it, I have two classes, red team and yellow team. Suppose, for example, I have swimming records. Swimming records for male is different and females is different. So for that case, I want to calculate a table. I want to take all females into one part, and I want to calculate the values. And I want to put it males into, I want to calculate certain thing. So class team, I am interested in certain where statement, where start weight, end weight, and loss. Table, I want to see my table is like this. Team is this side here. This is mean of start weight, end weight, loss. This is this much. And the title, whatever the title, you can put the title. Say title 2, title 3, etc. You can put up to 12 titles. 12 titles you can put it in version 9. Similarly, footnote also, 12 footnotes also you can put it. That's not a problem. So when you are typing this, program, you got output like this. Mean starting weight, end weight of loss, this much, and this one. And see, mean starting weight, mean ending weight, mean loss. Team, red and yellow teams here. So if I want to create, if I want to get this output, just this output, see just how many lines is required here? Just only proc tabulate data is equal to A, class is this much, variable is this much, table is this much. This is okay. Whatever you are typing, you are going to get. Just only 3 or 4 simple lines is enough. Simple line is enough. Now, same thing. If you want to get an output like this, any programming language, you need to write at least 100 lines, of the program. So that is the reason here it is providing everything. It wrote all the programs, mean of this much. It is calculating. Otherwise, you need to, what is mean? Sigma x by n. How I want to calculate sigma x? Oh, x is here and x plus 1 and x plus x1 and etc. Everything. You need to take it all these things. It's a big pain. Here, it is not necessary. SAS wrote all the programs. SAS wrote all the programs. Simply you need to call the program. You need to call that program. That's enough. Okay. Now, so this is the output you are able to get it. So this procedure is proc tabulate. Proc tabulate. Before that, proc print, printing the output. So it's very simple here. It is going to provide you something like this. It is going to provide you date and time when it is created. I don't want date and time. I can remove those things. I want to see titles also. I can do those things. So that when we are writing a programs, yes, you are able to see all those things. Now, above program, I told you, like, this one is a procedure statement, ends with run statement. That's what I clearly explained about it. Every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. Here is the semicolon, here is the semicolon, here is the semicolon, etc. Everything finally here. Okay. Now, I want to go like this. When you open a SAS program, when you open a SAS server, so you see the screens like this. Your screen is like this. So libraries and file shortcuts, favorite folders, etc. Everything here. This is your log window. This contains everything. This is the program. I am telling you, all of you write program like this. Program name, whatever the program name, this program name. Who is written this program? Oh, Venkat Ikkurthy. What is the purpose of this program? When this person is wrote the program, what are the key attributes? Modification history. If I am writing a program, somebody wants to modify it. Even yourself is modifying the program. Modification history. Who? Venkat Ikkurthy. Why we want to modification? When you did it. This type of tracking is required. That's the reason people are asking in interviews also, how you are going to maintain your programs. Because I am not one person in a team. I have 10 or 15 people in a team working as a group. For that case, somebody is going to modify my programs. It may mess up. So somebody need to write it down, all these things. If we are 5 people in our team, we are working, we can track manually also. But practically is really tough. For that case, there are some softwares available in a market that is known as version control softwares, version control systems, VCS, version control. That means they want to maintain the different versions. For example, my first version, my program works fine. That is version 1. Then after that, Sopnos takes my program and modified something. It is not working. That is version 2. Version 2, the program is not like 2 lines or 3 lines. It may be hundreds of lines. So it's really tough. Even for me, I wrote the program. I am unable to remember where she need to change it. For that case, there is version control softwares are there. That software is GitHub, GitHub. GitHub is the version control software. So when you put these programs in a version control, it is going to control all the versions. Who modified, who changed it. Suppose my version 1 works fine, then I changed something, somebody changed something, version 2, it is not working. What is my option? Just simply, I want to go back and use with version 1. Simply, just go back and use with version 1. That is going to do. For that case, nowadays, most popular one is GitHub, GitHub. GitHub is most, version control software. It's a free version is available in online. You can use it, or you can get a lot of information how we want to use it. So that's why I'm telling you, if you want to get into a software job, IT side, particularly SAS programming side, you need to go with all these things. One is with the SAS programming and version control little bit, and SQL, basics of Unix. All these things is required. Simply, oh, I'm learning SAS, I'm able to get a job is not that much easy. So GitHub, go to YouTube and check with the GitHub. You will find some introduction videos and lesson and prepare a notes for that. That will be useful. Okay, so we need to maintain. Sometimes, that's the reason I want you to prepare a header. Header is like this. This is the header. So every program you must write with header. There are certain green colors are here. That means this is commented. This is simple SAS program, simple SAS program. I want to write a program like this. All of you, not only me, all of you must write programs like this. Now, say like this: program name, written by, purpose, date, key attributes, modification history, sample header for programs. When you go to corporate, 100%, you have a sample header like this. It may be more columns. It may be what are the input data sets, what is output, etc., etc. But basic, yes, you have a sample header. Header is mandatory. You need to fill it. And also, this is, you are writing your program. Where you got this program? Source. You can write, oh, this is Venkat program is my source, and I'm changing this program is like this, like this. So that's the reason they are going to provide, you need to provide all the information in a header, So this is the way you need to write your programs tomorrow onwards, not today, tomorrow onwards. And this is the documentation, SAS documentation. I told you like 5 million pages of documentation. This 5 million pages of documentation contains a lot of information and so many of examples. Whenever you want to do something, then you need to go to the documentation and you need to get a sample code from there. That will be useful for here. Customizing the code according to your requirement. Again, I'm telling the word custom. There are so much of sample code is available, but you need to customize it. You need to customize according to my requirement, our requirement. So that you need to, for that case, this documentation is mandatory for this. And when you open a SAS environment, initially when you open a SAS, you will see the window like this. This contains libraries, file shortcuts. This is known as Explorer window. This one, results window, Explorer window. Here 2 windows. And this is output window here. See, output window, log window. This is the log window, and this is the editor. When you want to execute, when you want to run your program, there are so many ways of running your programs. Here, there is a running person icon is there. That is for execute the program, submit your programs. Similarly, you can open your programs, new program, etc. All these things. Simple. If you go to file, edit, etc., everything. So this is the screen you are able to get it in a corporate. That's one you are able to get it from tomorrow onwards. So tomorrow, first thing, I'm going to open this session. I'm going to open the SAS session. Then I'm going to write a program. Now, so once you are writing, so you want to write and run a SAS program in SAS system. That's fine. So in your desktop, you have like SAS exe. This is the icon is there itself. Icon. This is icon. You have it. Then simply you need to double click it. Then you are going to see this window like this. In this window, editor window, you need to write your programs. In editor window, you need to write your programs. Suppose when you are writing a program, you are executing, then you will see some information, log information. We have output is there itself. This is, of course, it's very simple. Once you did something couple of days, that's enough. You are more comfortable. So editor window. In editor window, what we are going to do, you type your SAS programs, allow you to perform standard edit checks such as entering, editing, and submitting programs. Suppose when you enter the data, suppose you misspelled, spelling is mistake, then it comes with a red color. So red color means that is not accepting. SAS is not accepting that word. Suppose input, INPUT. If you type like IMPUT, it's in red color. Then you change M with N, color changes to blue. That means it is accepting that word. So you can use editor window, type all these things. So if your program contains a syntax error, it is also comes with all these things. That is for editor window part. Log window, always remember this. Log window displays messages about your SAS session and any programs that you submit. If you submit, if you always plan checking this window after running the program. Always check your log window. Always check your log window. If the log window doesn't have any errors, you are happy. You are happy. And also in log window, we have three types of messages. One is with notes, other one is with warnings, and other one is with errors. Notes, warnings, and errors. Notes, warnings, and errors. Always remember this. Always notes, SAS wants to report you are printed in a blue color. Warnings are in green color. Errors are in red color. So when you have a error in red color, understand the error, fix it. Understand the error and fix it. If you have warnings, read the warning. Sometimes it may be harmful, sometimes not. Sometimes it may be harmful, we need to fix it. But as a trainer, I can assure you, you don't need to get these two things, green and red, warnings and errors. First, you need to identify it. You need to suppress. You're not able to get these two things. Blue is fine. Notes, oh, this program is going to run, this data set contains this, etc. is fine. But green, warnings and errors, never. Errors, we need to fix it, first of all. Warnings contains some useful information. Contains some useful information. So this is like a notes part, particularly for log window contains all that information. All that information. Output. Output means particularly when you are working in a data set, I want to see my output in different file formats like PDF file, RTF file, or HTML file, etc. everything. So then you need to do those things in output window. If the suppose output window doesn't have anything, your output is not there. Output is not there. That you, when you are writing a program, it is easy for you to understand. Okay, now we go with the Explorer window. I told you like Explorer window, and the results window also important. This is a very simple way you need to write your programs. Write your programs. See, running man icon. That means run your program by clicking the like this. Once you click the icon, then what happens? It is goes to run your programs. Run your programs, and finally you will see notes or errors or warnings. So if you find any errors, go back to your program. First, understand the error. Then go back to your program, fix it. Fix it. Initially, if you got so many errors, that is indication you are learning a lot. Learning a lot. Is a particularly getting errors is not an issue. First, you need to understand the error and you need to fix that errors. That's a very, very important part. Okay. Simply, you can print. These are all the procedures we can do this. And once everything is done, you need to save your program with .SAS extension. If your resume is like .doc something, in SAS also, we need to go with the .SAS extension. And again, you need to open the program, save it in a specific location in your C drive, then you are able to get it. See, this is very first couple of days seems to be little bit tough. Then after that, you will be more comfortable with working with this software. Now I'm going to open this session for question and answers for 5 minutes. Then after that,